When it comes to U.S. tariffs, the message from the Premier today is that P.E.I. has been spared the worst so far. Canada was not listed among the countries to be hit with reciprocal tariffs, but the country is now dealing with a 25% auto tariff, and the levy on steel and aluminum is still in place. P.E.I.'s Premier says he spoke with the Prime Minister this morning. Our Stacey Janzer joins us from the P.E.I. legislature with more. So, Stacey, what exactly came from that conversation?
Well, Louise, Premier Rob Lance called the conversation sobering but useful. And he says that out of those talks, islanders should feel some relief. That's because the majority of exports that go from the island to the U.S. are currently not subject to tariffs, at least not yet. Part of the province's plan is diversifying the market. And opposition leader Hal Perry wants to know what the province has done so far.
The Americans are buying about $1.8 billion from us. Our next largest destination, France, is about $60 or $70 million. Mr. Speaker, so this has to end. We have to diversify, and we have to do so quickly.
Honourable Member, you say we're not looking in other places. Well, let me repeat. We've already been to Paris and the Netherlands, Montreal, Toronto, Indonesia, the Philippines, and the Boston Seafood Show. And the next destinations are Italy, France, United Kingdom, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, Vietnam, the Bahamas, Mexico, Vancouver, Calgary, Germany, Toronto twice, Thailand, Cambodia, Spain, and Holland.
Compton says she met with island industry members this morning, and they were asking for help with diversifying their markets, and she says there's a program that does help with that. She says they also reminded her that they do have good relationships in the U.S. and they want to keep them. In question period, Premier Lance also mentioned Donald Trump's threats towards foreign pharmaceutical industries, which he says is an important industry here, and it's also looking to diversify.
So a lot of talk about trade outside of this country, outside of Canada, but what's the progress so far within our own country around getting rid of obstacles between the provinces?
Well, there's been no changes yet, but Lance did say they're working on a bill that will deal with those interprovincial trade barriers. He says his team is working right now. They're in consultation. He said there may have been meetings this morning. There may need to be adjustments to the bill, but he says to expect something to be brought to the House next week. Louise.
All right. Thanks so much, Stacey. That's Stacey Janzer reporting from the P.E.I. legislature.